So far you have seen how to get the data from the database using a cursor as well as a cursor adapter. When we built the survey app, our intention was to store the data in the database whenever the user fills out the form. So our layout file looked like this. We had three text fields, edit text fields, where user can enter information like name, email, age, and a button basically. So on click of button, the idea was that the data gets saved to the database. Okay, so how to achieve that? Now first thing, if you notice here in the main activity, I have defined like three edit text fields. One is name, email, age, and the button. And then in the onCreate method, similar to this, like similar to what I've done here, you need to get these fields, the field references, to point to the IDs defined here. Okay, so this is the way you get these fields. Edit text and button fields. And then if you remember, like on click of button, you can define a listener, right? So that listener can basically, whenever the user will click on the button, then the on click method will be called. Okay, and for this you have to implement the on click listener. You can go back to the previous videos to understand this if you don't remember, or just go through my articles. So when the user clicks on the button, then this is called, and it checks if the button name is submit data ID, which is defined here as the ID, submit data ID. Okay, and if this is true, then what we do is, or what you need to do is, you again get a reference to the SQLite database object DB, similar to the way we got for cursor, and then you define a content values object. A content values is basically passed during the insert operation. Okay, in this you put the key value pair. So key is your column name and value is the value you are getting from these, whatever you're. So this will basically capture the value the user enters. So for an example, if I enter Ankur in the name, so this will username ID will be populated with Ankur. Okay, so this is the way you capture the content values object, and then you simply do a db.insert, which will insert the data to the database. Now this is it you need for inserting data to the database. You can go ahead, try this out and see. Once you run the app, and enter the values, then you will be able to through logs, by log statements, you will be able to identify that data is getting inserted. And plus, what we can do additionally, what you can do is, since we have already got a cursor here during on create, so you can check if the database is returning us any value. So that will be validation of the insert logic. Okay, so this code will be checked into the GitHub repo. So you go ahead, check it out, refer to it, and try to write similar stuff. So I hope this clarifies the insert part of the SQLite database. Thanks.